And welcome to another show. You know, leaving a child in a hot car, it can cause vehicular heat stroke and death. And it continues to happen. People just don't learn. In the span of 10 minutes, a car can heat up by 20 degrees, enough to kill a child. And a child's body temperature rises 3 to 5 times faster than an adult's. Did you know that? Within minutes, children become vulnerable to heat stroke, which occurs when the core body temperature reaches approximately 104 degrees. A core temperature of about 107 degrees is lethal. While the U.S. DOT's National Highway Traffic Safety Administration urges parents and caregivers to always look before they lock. So I've asked Dr. Stephen Cliff, he's the Deputy Administrator of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and we'd like to welcome him to the show.
Thank you for having me today.
Doctor, I'd like to ask you this. What does the data tell you about pediatric vehicular heat stroke?
Well, we know that since 1998, 906 children have been lost to vehicular heat stroke. In hot areas of the country, it's more prevalent than in other areas. But in any area where temperatures are over 60 degrees, a car can get too hot for a child to survive.
Has your team seen any shifts in the number of heat stroke deaths due to more parents working remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic?
During the pandemic, we saw more children gain access to a vehicle when left unlocked at home. So we're always urging parents and caregivers or anyone that drives a vehicle to lock your vehicle when it's left unattended. Even if you don't have a neighborhood child may gain access to your vehicle, and inside that vehicle can be too hot when left unattended and suffer heat stroke.
So in what areas of the country is pediatric vehicular heat stroke more likely to occur?
Heat stroke's much more likely to occur when daytime temperatures are high, but it can occur anywhere when daytime temperatures get over 60 degrees. We see in the south and in the west, especially, daytime temperatures are high, starting this time of year and going through September. So that's why we're always urging parents and caregivers to ask yourself, where's baby? Look before you lock. I want you to look in your back seat every time you exit the car. Make that a habit and never leave a child unattended, even for a short period of time.
How does pediatric heat stroke occur?
When a child's core temperature gets at 104 degrees, it can be very dangerous. And children have a harder time regulating their temperature than adults. They also may be unable to cry for help and unable to get themselves out of a vehicle. So it can be especially dangerous for children left in cars. Once their core temperature reaches 107 degrees, it's lethal. So anytime you think a child might be suffering from heat stroke, get emergency medical care immediately.
So can you tell us what are some of the misconceptions people have about pediatric heat stroke?
We never want someone to leave a child unattended in a car for any period of time. Some people think if I'm parked in the shade or it's partially shady, maybe it's not that hot outside, or if I crack a window, that will be enough to keep a child safe. It's not. Daytime temperatures, anytime they're over 60 degrees, can result in dangerously high temperatures inside of a vehicle, and that's when a child can suffer heat stroke.
And what are the warning signs of heat stroke?
You're looking for something that's out of the ordinary to determine whether heat stroke might be present. This can be red, hot, and moist or very dry skin. The absence of sweating, even though a child appears warm or hot, but they're not sweating. A strong, rapid pulse or a slow, weak pulse. Or when a child might be complaining of a headache or dizziness, feels sick to their stomach, or seems confused. Anything that's out of the ordinary, strange behavior, such as unwarranted grouchiness, can also be a sign. Anytime a child has been in a car and you might think heat stroke is present, get emergency medical care immediately.
Now, Doc, before you go, how about some tips and advice to help parents and caregivers from unintentionally forgetting their children are in the vehicle?
There's some tricks that parents and caregivers can use, such as a reminder like a teddy bear left in the back seat. When you put your child in the back seat, transfer that teddy bear to the front seat, and that can be a reminder that a child is in the back seat. Or when you get in your car, put some of your things that you know you'll take with you in the back seat, so that when you remember to take those with you, like a purse or a backpack or a briefcase or your cell phone, then you'll be looking in the back seat for your child as well.
Excellent. Thank you, Dr. Stephen Cliff from the U.S. DOTS National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Now, before we go, just can you tell us again where our listeners can go for more information?
On our website, we have more information, including fact sheets, available at nhtsa.gov/heatstroke. That's nhtsa.gov/heatstroke.
Good. Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and attention to this important issue.